Alright guys, today is December 6th, 2021. So this is already the first week of December over with pretty much. So you haven't seen a video from me because I had the bad stuff that's going around. The really bad stuff. I've actually still got it, if you can tell. So I actually went to both families on Thanksgiving. And I noticed that evening I had a little bit of a sore throat. The next day, I couldn't get out of bed. So I have been sick since pretty much the 26th, and today is the 6th. So stuff is really bad. For whatever reason, on this platform, you cannot say the name or type it out because when I tried to do a video a couple days ago showing, talking about it, it was not, the checks wouldn't go through on it because of in the description I'd put the name of what's going around. So anyway, I'm still under the weather, we'll say. Now today I do feel pretty good. I just have plugged up ears and a little nasally, I guess you'd say. But this is like the first day I've really been up and at 'em all day long. So I'm kind of stuck in transition. I'm dying to work on a car because I've been cooped up in the house, obviously. I did check my status on my order of my roller cam stuff. There is no change on the date, so it has not been shipped or anything, so I'm not sure when I'm getting that cam. Now, anyway, the 55, pretty much the other thing I can do to it is go ahead and get the parts painted, but I don't want all these parts laying around painted. I want to get the engine done first and painted, get it installed in the car and running. That way I can, make sure the car is running and no leaks and, everything like that without the front clip on it. I don't want to have a painted front clip laying around that can fall over, get scratched, something knocked into it or whatever, and then have to go back and repair it. So I think I'm just pretty much going to wait on the hardtop, and I might get back on the four-door. So this car is still pretty much the way I left it. It is bare metal. It is starting to get surface rust areas on it. Which doesn't bother me. I have a cup brush. It will clean that metal off in no time. But there's also a ton of body work still to do anyway. So I have a lot of body filler smeared all over this thing that I never finished sanding. And if some of it I never even started sanding it. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and run you through what I was working on this. I wanted to get it all done first, put all the videos together, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you what's going on right now, and you'll know where I'm at on the car. So I know for some guys that if you cut up a factory dash in a car, it just ruins it for them. It's the end of the world to them. So for whatever reason, they're going to think this is terrible, and I don't really give a crap. This is not your car. This is my car. So anyway, what I have done is I've altered the factory dash here to put a radio behind the dash. And yes, I know they sell a radio that's an actual bolt-in for these cars. I've installed 2 of them for customer cars, and I gotta tell you, that is another one of them things that is way overpriced for what you get. So my idea on this whole build of this car was to have an original looking 210 55 4-door with no options, clock delete, radio delete, and all that. So I did, I do have the factory radio delete plate. So what I decided to do is I built a pocket here for this CD player that a guy gave me. It's a Pioneer. And again, free radio. I don't have to spend any money. But I built a pocket. I welded some L brackets to it. There are 3/8 size holes in them. And I had to inset the radio enough to get that knob back because I'm taking the factory radio delete plate, and I've got these little hinges on here, and I've got to build some tabs in these little square notches that I've made here, and these hinges will actually bolt on there, and this will at that point be a hinged factory radio block off plate. So this will hinge down to access that CD player. So there's a lot of work still to do. This is far from done. This radio opening had already been butchered up. That's a piece out of it. You can see where they cut it, looked like with some tin snips, and then they bent the metal around backwards. So this is one of the easiest things to fix. Even if you're a novice metal guy, this is flat metal right here. This is easy to repair. So this can be put back to factory if you wanted it. I'll never change it out, I can tell you that. I wanted a stripped down looking 55, and this is just part of the look I'm going for, and it also saves me money. Now I did make, before I cut that out, I made a template up there with the factory radio cut out. So if at any time in the future I do change my mind to put a radio in the dash, you know, one of the ones that they sell, which I doubt I do, I can go in there and fix this. So anyway, what I did was I drilled some 3/8 holes here, one there and one there, and I took and cut the heads off 2 3/8 bolts, and I run a nut on it, and I put it up in there behind there, and the nut, I basically turned the threads until I got it to where it was about halfway in the hole in the dash that I drilled. That way I filled it up with weld, which I haven't ground this yet, and it's not finished welded. I still have to finish welding it. I am out of MIG gas, so I am stuck on this. That's why I decided just to go ahead and do the video. But anyway, I have the factory radio openings right here. I have little pieces of sheet metal cut out that I will weld in there. So that will be straight up and down there and there. I left this part right here. This is the factory width opening right here. I did not alter this or this. I just basically cut the little ends out here. But anyway, I have some just some little tiny hinges tack welded on there. I just put one tack on each side just in case I have to move it or alter it, but I'm going to put some tabs under there that are threaded that I can bolt that in there with some stainless steel 632 Allen buttons. I have a magnet right here that has a hole drilled in it. I will notch this out up here and put a flange up under there, and it will have a nut welded to it, and this will be able to be bolted on. So that is what will hold that closed as magnet. But anyway, I have these flange nuts right here, serrated flange nuts, and that is what bolts the radio in here. So this is how this will pretty much go in here. Of course, when I'm trying to do the video, I can't do it one-handed. There we go. But anyway, when that's bolted down, it is up in there just like that. There's still plenty of room to get in there with your finger and do what you need to do with it. But when that radio delete plate's closed, nobody will know that there's a radio behind there, which I didn't really do it for security purposes and worried about somebody stealing my $89, you know, Pioneer there. It's the fact of the matter, the build of the car is a stripped down 210 with a clock delete and a radio delete. But anyway, that is pretty much what it will look like. Anyway, the dash will be painted the body color, you know, minty green color, and then the beige color will be in the inlay of the center here, just like factory, and the radio delete plate will be the beige. But anyway, so that is the plan, is to get this all finished up, and then you know, hidden radio, hidden audio basically, with just a 6x9 in there and a 6x9 back there. I may later put a little small amplifier and a couple little small subs in the trunk, because I do have a bunch of old audio equipment here, so I may do that. But anyway, I am out of MIG gas, so I can't do any more metal work right now. So I was about half tempted to do a little bit of body work today, but I'm going to have to move her car, I'm going to have to move my truck, I'm going to have to move the chassis, move all the stuff out from behind there to get the body out, and I don't know if I'm that ambitious yet, because I'm still not over it. But if anything, I think I'm going to clean up the garage a little bit and do something there. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much why you haven't heard from me. Under the weather, we'll say. I got to tell you, if you haven't contracted that stuff yet, it is not a lot of fun. Not fun at all. But again, for whatever reason, you can't say what it is. But anyway, that is pretty much the update on what's going on around here. So, and it's cold today. We had 60 and 70 degree temps for like a week that I was under the weather. So, wouldn't you know it? But anyway, think I'm going to go ahead and get me a glass of water and post this video. Thanks for watching.